So here is the guide to handling missing values in data science. When to use imputation and interpolation. So missing values are the Achilles heel for a data scientist. If not handled properly, the entire analysis will be futile and provide misleading results which could potentially harm the business stakeholders. So here are the types of missing data. DB Rubin 1976 classified missing data problems into three categories. In his theory, every data point has some likelihood of being missing. The process that governs these probabilities is called the missing data mechanism or response mechanism. The model for the process is called the missing data model or response model. Rubin distinction sets the conditions under which a missing data handling method can provide valid statistical inferences. Missing completely at random (MCAR). If the probability of being missing is the same for all cases, then the data are said to be missing completely at random (MCAR). This effectively implies that the causes of the missing data are unrelated to the data. It is safe to ignore many of the complexities that arise because of the missing data. Apart from the obvious loss of information, most simple fixes only work under the restrictive and often unrealistic MCAR assumption. Here is an example. Estimate the gross annual income of a household within a certain population which you obtain via questionnaires. In the case of MCAR, the missingness is completely random, as if some questionnaires were lost by mistake. Missing at random MAR, if the probability of being missing is the same only within group defined by the observed data, then the data are missing at random MAR. It is more general and more realistic than MCAR. Modern missing data methods generally start from the MAR assumptions. So here is another example. Suppose some household income information is missing. In the case of MAR, the missingness is random within subgroups of other observed variables. For instance, suppose you also collected data on the profession of each subject in the questionnaire and reduce the managers. VIPs etc are more likely not to share their income than within subgroups of the profession. Missingness is random, not missing at random NMAR. If neither MCAR or MAR holds, then we speak of missing not at random MNAR. In the literature, one can also find the term NMAR, not missing at random, for the same concept. MNAR means that the probability of being missing varies for reasons that are unknown to us. MNAR includes the possibility that the scale produces more missing values for the higher objects as above, a situation that might be difficult to recognize and handle. An example of MNAR or NMAR in public opinion research occurs if those weaker opinions respond less often. MNAR is the most complex case. Strategies to handle MNAR are to find more data about the causes for the missingness or to perform what if analysis to see how sensitive the results are under various scenarios. So here is another example. In the case of MNAR, when the reason for missing this depends on the missing values themselves. For instance, suppose people don't want to share their income as it is less and they are ashamed of it. Ways to handle missing values. When it comes to handling missing values, you can take the easy way or you can take the professional way. Here is the easy way in ignore tuples with missing values. This approach is suitable only when the dataset is quite large and multiple values are missing within a tuple. Is an option only if the tuples containing missing values are about 2% or less. Works with MCAR. Drop missing values. Only ideal if you can afford to lose a bit of data. Is an option only if the number of missing values is 2% of the whole dataset or less. Do not use this as your first approach. Leave it to the algorithm. Some algorithms can factor in the missing values and learn the best imputation values for the missing data based on the training loss reduction, i.e. XGBoost. Some others have the option to just ignore them, i.e. Light GBM, use missing false. However, other algorithms throw an error about the missing values. I scikit-learn linear regression is an option only if the missing values are about 5% or less. Works with MCAR. The professional way. The drawback of dropping missing values is that you lose the entire row just for the few missing values. That is lot of valuable data. So instead of dropping the missing values or even ignoring them in the case of tuples, try filling in the missing values with a well calculated estimate. Professionals use two methods of calculating missing values. They are imputation and interpolation. The first one is imputation. The mean or median of the other variables within a data set. The relationship of data need to be linear. So here are the types of imputation. Note, the built-in dataset empty cars is used to demonstrate each method. Easy imputations, mean median imputation, aka constant value imputation. Calculate the mean of observed values for the variable for all individuals who are non-missing.